Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Let's do this. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday, everybody. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Join me. Let's have a fantastic discussion this Sunday morning. I know it's not morning over there in Australia. I know it's not morning over there. Maybe it's still midnight in some places. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday TikTok Live. Join me. Let's have a conversation around, how you can take charge of your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind. So much is left unsaid, untouched about the subconscious mind, and I feel a need to have this conversation. My people haven't joined me yet. Please join me. Let's have a very robust conversation this morning. Tap your screen so that the algorithm can push this live a little bit further. Tap your screen and also share. Share this live. So this morning I want to talk about how you can become a master of your subconscious mind. Welcome. Okay, for those of you who are just joining, every Sunday I come live by 10 a.m. GMT +1. The goal is to have a conversation around, spirituality, the mind, the emotional faculty. And today we want to talk about how you can master your subconscious mind. Okay, but first of all, for those of you who might not know me, my name is Seun, and I'm an educator and an entrepreneur. And my specialties are in the areas of holistic education, entrepreneurial development, business and marketing technology, marketplace penetration strategies, and wealth building strategies. Right. I'm the founder of Seun Global, a consulting firm based in Lagos, Nigeria. And I'm also, so you can click the link in my bio, to check out some of our services. I'm also the author of a book titled Personal Discovery Secrets. You can find it on Amazon. Okay, just type Personal Discovery Secrets in the search bar on Amazon, and you can go get it from there. So you're welcome. Today you're welcome to share your personal stories of what you've been able to do, what you've been able to accomplish with your subconscious mind, right? You're welcome to share it at the end of this discourse. But I'm trying I'm trying to wait for a couple of people to join, before I kick off this. Discussion. This is a very, very powerful discussion. And kindly tap your screen. I see that my people are not online. For some reason, I'm not seeing my people here right now. Let's have a discuss. Join me. A lot of people are in church, maybe. So, today we're going to be talking about how you master the subconscious mind. So much, that I've earmarked to discuss today. A lot of people are puppets of their minds, right? And it's because they've not been equipped with the required education, required tool, for gaining control, gaining mastery of how to control their subconscious mind. And because of that, you find that most people are puppets of other people, puppets and victims of circumstances. So today I want to try my best to break it down. So the way to become the master of your thoughts, most especially the thoughts resident in your subconscious mind, subconscious chamber of your mind, is to become the observer of your thoughts. Okay? To become the observer of your thoughts. And the universal approach to getting this done is by understanding the phenomenon called stimulus and response. Stimulus and response. And realizing that between stimulus and response there's a gap. By learning to get full control of this gap is how you become the observer of both your thoughts and your actions. Someone says you're stupid. Most people will be quick to say, I'm not stupid. The truth is you might be stupid. Right? Instead, don't be too quick to defend yourself. It could be a very, very critical data, being given to you by someone, right? And instead of saying I'm not stupid, the proactive way to take that feedback and extract important lessons out of that feedback is by asking, why do you think I'm stupid? I know most people have not been trained this way. Most people have been trained to be defensive and all of that, right? It's totally understandable. But if you stumble upon this video, if you stumble upon this TikTok live right now, and you can stay with us, I can assure you that you're going to extract some lessons out of this life, right? One of the ways you gain personal power, sustainable personal power, one of the ways you gain full control of your personal power for the rest of your life. Yeah, superconscious is better than subconscious. Well, when we say subconscious, we mean the chamber of your mind that you have not begun to gain access into, right? And once you begin to gain access to it, then it becomes superconscious, right? But for the vast majority of people, they have not gained access to their subconscious mind yet, right? Some people call it other than conscious, right? But most people haven't gained access to it yet, right? So, as I was saying, you have to proactively, the way to proactively gain, power, personal power and wield personal power for the rest of your life is if you are in charge of your subconscious mind, right? when I meet anybody, one of the things, for the first time, one of the things I try to ascertain is their, level of personal intelligence. If I go into a conversation with someone who I'm meeting for the very first time, I want to know their personal intelligence history, because I know that you do not become intelligent by default. It is either your parents were proactive enough to set up the environmental infrastructures that will influence intelligence, right? Or you were you were proactive enough or intentional enough to chaperone your path to personal intelligence, right? So one of the things I try to ascertain when I come in contact with anybody for the first time is to know their personal intelligence history and pedigree. Okay, because I feel that every individual who wants to leave a mark in this world should have would have to have a personal intelligence legacy. So your subconscious mind is the chamber of your mind that wields 99.9% of your thoughts, your dreams into material reality. Now, we need to understand that the human mind is dual in nature. The duality of the human mind, right? The conscious mind and subconscious mind. And it is by understanding the concept of a conscious mind and the concept of the subconscious mind that you're going to be able to proactively take your life to the next level, right? If you are not proactively wielding your mind from the standpoint of the subconscious chamber of your mind, you are most likely going to be a puppet of other people. You're most likely going to be a puppet, of other people's systems. You're not going to, wield personal power. You're not going to be able to manifest your best life. You're mostly just, going to be a puppet or a victim of circumstances. And whereas you have the power to wield, manifest any kind of reality, right? Now, the human mind is dual in nature. We have this conscious mind and subconscious mind. And for the most part of it, schools only teach to our conscious mind, right? Yesterday I had an interview somewhere in Lagos with a black American woman, who I think has some Nigerian DNA. She's an American blogger, and we got talking, and I talked about the brain intelligences, right? If we want to talk about personal intelligence, there's no way we're not going to talk about the human brain, right? And when we talk about the human brain, we're not just talking about the organ, we're talking about the multifaceted brain intelligences. There are TikTok is very funny. There are at least 9 brain intelligences that every progressive mind needs to pay attention to. I need to know in the comment section if you guys can hear me very clearly, right? At least 9 brain intelligences, that we all must pay attention to and nurture independently. Number 1 is mathematical logical intelligence, right? Number 2 is linguistic intelligence. Number 3 is visual spatial intelligence. If you have any questions as regards these intelligences, I'll be happy to answer them, right? Number 4 is bodily kinesthetics intelligence. Number 5 is intrapersonal intelligence. Number 6 is interpersonal intelligence. Number 7 is musical intelligence. Number 8 is nature-bent intelligence. And number 9 is navigational intelligence. There are other intelligences as well, right? There's creative intelligence as well. right? There are other faculty intelligence apart from the brain now, the faculty of the human being, right? We talk about emotional intelligence, we talk about spiritual intelligence, we talk about physical intelligence, yeah? If you are going to wield, a personal intelligence that can contribute to, the upgrade of ecosystems, that will contribute to the, transformation of another human being or groups of people, you have to independently nurture these different brain intelligences. And it's it's to the pedigree of nurture or cultivation of these different brain intelligences that you are going to be able to wield a personal power. So a personal intelligence that is worthy of note, that can be that can be used as an instrument for taking your life to the next level, taking your family to the next level, upgrading your community, and whatever else that you want to do, right? Now, understanding that the conscious mind, understanding that mind is dual in nature, and it's consists of the conscious and the subconscious mind. You also need to understand the fundamental purpose of the human mind. The human mind is an information processor. The human mind is the most advanced supercomputer to ever exist. The human mind is an information processor, and it processes information in specific ways. Now, understand that the conscious mind processes information differently from the way the subconscious mind processes information. Yeah? Now, to understand the processing power of the human mind, you need to understand the individual processing power of the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind only processes information at 40 bits of information per second. That is the speed at which the conscious mind processes information. But you see, our schools only teach to the conscious mind at best. And when we talk about the conscious mind, we're literally just talking about two brain intelligences. Two brain intelligences powering the conscious mind, which is the logical intelligence, the mathematical logical intelligence, and the linguistic intelligence. The other intelligences are mostly right brain, subconscious, subconscious mind powered, right? And if all of your learning, or the vast majority of your learning, is only at the conscious level, you are definitely going to be grossly limited in the things that you are able to accomplish or manifest in three-dimensional reality. Yes, I know that the curriculum of the public school does not in any way say anything about the subconscious mind, right? I know. But you see, you can't use that as an excuse. You definitely can't use that as an excuse to keep only operating at conscious levels. You can't use that. You can't become an inventor or an innovator without tapping into the resources of your subconscious mind. You need to know that, right? I began to learn about the subconscious mind, I think about 9-10 years ago. Even though I'd read some books about the subconscious mind before then, but I didn't understand it because I didn't have anybody to really break it down to me. It took me a long while for me to actually begin to understand the concept of the subconscious mind. Right? Somebody said in the comment section that it's superconscious mind. Superconscious mind is better. The term superconscious mind is better than subconscious mind. You see, it is a superconscious mind if you have now begun to wield that chamber of your mind on cue. But until then, it is a subconscious mind. It's your subconscious mind. And once you can understand this, it's game over for mediocrity. It's game over for those who you are still a victim. Those whose systems you are still a victim of. It's game over. You literally become God. right? The God of your life, the God of your reality. Please, guys, kindly tap the screen and share this live. You know, we are sharing some very, very important information that literally can empower and equip anyone to effectively chaperone the path of their life in 2023 to any level of success or even greatness, right? So I was saying that the conscious mind only processes information at 40 bits of information per second. But guess what? The subconscious mind processes information at 40 million bits per second. 40 million bits of information per second. You see why you just can't afford not to learn, you know, the processes for tapping into the resources of the subconscious mind. You are going to be doing yourself, your life, your family a great deal of disservice if you do not tap into the resources of the subconscious mind, right? So when we talk about the processing power of the mind, the conscious mind processes information at 40 bits of, 40 bits of information per second, while the subconscious mind processes information at 40 million bits per second. Now, you need to also understand that the database of the subconscious mind compared to the conscious mind is 10 billion per second. 10 billion to 1. Meaning that, see, the real heavyweight decision maker is the subconscious mind. The only issue is that most people are merely puppets of their subconscious mind. They have not become the observer of their subconscious mind or the wielder of their subconscious mind. It's pretty important that we understand, how these things work. Now, when we talk about manifesting your best life, we are basically talking about how much control you are able to gain over your subconscious mind. There is no way you are going to manifest your best life based on your optimal potential as a human being if you do not proactively learn how to tap into the resources, the unlimited resources of your subconscious mind. It's pretty important that you learn that. That's the only way you're not going to remain a puppet of the matrix. I don't care what is happening in the world right now. I don't care what the government of my country is saying. I don't care what the government of, the United States of America is saying, or whatever other country. I'm in charge of my own subconscious mind. And I'm gaining more and more control of my subconscious mind every single breath. Every waking hour of my day. Before I go to bed at night, I'm assessing and reviewing my day so that I can have a more quality day tomorrow. I'm figuring out how to gain more control of my subconscious mind. It's pretty important that we understand how these things is done and how control happens in the world. Right? Now, when we talk about gaining control of your subconscious mind, being the observer of your thoughts, and learning the concept or the phenomenon of stimulus and response, and learning that there's a gap between stimulus and response, and that gap is how you become the observer of your thoughts. A lot of people are stupid and they are not aware. A lot of people are ignorant and they are not aware. The reason they are not aware is because they have not gained control, or they have not gained access into their subconscious mind, chamber of their subconscious mind. The moment you gain control or gain access to your subconscious mind, it's game over for the oppressor. It's game over. Right? So, if you are not in charge of your subconscious mind, trust me, your subconscious mind is susceptible to corruption. Because if it is other people and other systems and other nations that are in control of your subconscious mind, then trust me, your subconscious mind is liable to be manipulated. Your life is liable to be manipulated. Your reality is liable to be manipulated by other people against your will. Your life is liable to be manipulated for their benefit to your own disadvantage. One of the principles I practice is fairness, right? Whatever I have. Whatever you have. If I'm going to do anything with you, if I'm going to collaborate with you, it should be from the standpoint of fairness. What is known as win-win, right? But if I have something and you know that I have that thing and you want to benefit from that thing at my own detriment, that is injustice, right? And that is, tyranny. And the only reason that will happen, the only way that will happen is if you're not in charge of your subconscious mind. One of my mantras of life is a term that I coined as sustainable empowerment. I'm always dedicated to becoming a better version of myself. I'm always dedicated to developing myself, personal development, self-discovery, self-mastery, purpose discovery, and all of that, right? I'm always investing in becoming a better version of myself. And which is the reason why it is very easy for me to help other people stumble upon the universal instruments for evolution, personal evolution, and be able to contribute my ingenious quota to corporate evolution, the evolution of the collective, the evolution of the collective consciousness, right? It is because I began to learn how to gain access to my subconscious mind. Guys, kindly tap the screen and share this live. A couple of people, would definitely benefit from this kind of conversation, right? So, it's pretty important that we understand the duality of the human mind, right? And once we understand it and we learn how to access and wield these two chambers of the human mind proactively and on cue, nothing can happen in the world that will shake you. If it's recession, it doesn't matter. You are in control nonetheless. You are in control nevertheless. It's pretty important that you understand that if you are not in control of your subconscious mind, you are liable to experience this, the corruption of your subconscious mind. You are liable to experience the corruption of your subconscious mind. And you cannot delegate the business of your subconscious mind to another human being or even to God. You have to be the one in control of your subconscious mind. That is the only way you are not going to be liable to being manipulated. Now, there is the age of maturity and there is the age of responsibility. Typically, I say that the age of maturity is the age you began to demonstrate clear signs of maturity. Where you begin to demonstrate that, you began to mature. Right? It could be any age. For some children, it's age 9. For some, it's age 11. For some, it's age 14. For some, it's age 18. For some, it's age 16. Once you hit the age of maturity, the next age you should hit is the age of responsibility. Once you know your left from your right, once you know the difference between good and evil and all of that, right? That is the age of maturity, and you're expected to be committed to your maturity for the rest of your life, right? And the faster you can get to the age of responsibility, the more pivotal the experiences you are going to have. The age of maturity precedes the age of responsibility. You need to be mature before you can be responsible, which is one of the, fundamental reasons why, we send our kids to school, right? We need them to be mentally mature, right? One of the reasons one of the major reasons why people are holding on to all these religions, right, most especially in these important religions of Christianity and Islam, is because they know that there's a need for spiritual maturity. So they are assuming that the only way they're going to gain spiritual maturity is by pledging their allegiance to these religions, which is not so, right? So maturity has to be holistic, right? It has to be mentally, it has to be emotionally, it has to be spiritually, it has to be physically, it has to be economically, right? It has to be entrepreneurially. Maturity has to be holistic. If it is not holistic, you are going to have some, weak links, right? Which you don't want, right? The age of responsibility is the age you begin to work with the concept of accountability, both personal and corporate accountability, like you've never worked before. Any human being who does not hold himself or herself accountable should not be taken seriously. And any human being, we talk about public servants, right? We talk about politicians who nowadays thinks that they are demigod, right? They come with the mindset of the of a messiah, right? And they feel they are better than the people, the citizens. They feel that they have what it takes to transform, the society, whereas they don't. For most part of it, they don't. They don't have what it takes to transform society, to transform, any nation, to transform, any society, right? Because most of them are not accountable individuals. The reason why there is so much corruption within the political corridors is because most of them are not accountable individuals. They are not accountable. They are not proactively working with the construct of accountability. And if a person is not accountable, they cannot proactively grow. I hold myself accountable all the time. And I have people within my circle who hold me accountable. And because I hold myself accountable, there is usually no need for any other person outside of myself to hold me accountable, because I'm already holding myself accountable. But it takes a certain level of discipline to hold yourself accountable. It takes a certain level of maturity, right? Proactive maturity to pivot into the consciousness of accountability, into the mindset of accountability, where you have permanently pivoted greed. You've permanently pivoted laziness. You've permanently pivoted procrastination. You hold yourself accountable for the things that you've said that you are going to do. Right? Pretty important that we understand, the difference between the age of maturity and the age of responsibility. Until you have demonstrated that you have, for instance, you have ascended to the age of responsibility. The typical age of responsibility I like to, play with is 21, age 21. I feel that if you're 21 years and above, you should be responsible. You should begin to proactively operate at a certain level of responsibility, a certain sense of responsibility. And if you're not displaying some sense of responsibility or some degree of responsibility, then you are irresponsible. And I'm not going to take you seriously if you're an irresponsible individual, right? Age 21 and above, you do not have any excuse not to be responsible for something, at least for yourself. At the very least for yourself. If you're not responsible for yourself, when I say responsible for yourself, I mean responsible for your mental maturity, responsible for your emotional maturity, responsible for your spiritual maturity, responsible for your economic maturity, your physical maturity, responsible for yourself first. Age 21 is that age of maturity, age of responsibility. Nobody has any excuse if you're in your 20s and you're not responsible. You don't have any excuse. You don't have any excuse, right? Now the thing is, once you get to this age, the age of responsibility, you're supposed to be in charge of your subconscious mind for the rest of your life. You're supposed to be in charge of your subconscious mind for the rest of your life. You should not mortgage your subconscious mind to any entity, to any deity. You should not, you are supposed to be, once you hit the age of responsibility, for the rest of your life, you're supposed to be in charge of your subconscious mind. Nobody should be able to be in charge of your subconscious mind other than you. Nobody, no entity. Right? And once you understand that you are supposed to be the wielder and observer of your subconscious mind, the game changes for you. The game changes for you. You can't afford not to proactively learn and perpetually learn how to keep wielding your subconscious mind as one of the most fundamental instruments for effectively navigating, yourself through the path of your existence. Pretty important. Now, how does this apply to functional reality? Whatever I like this, whatever, subject matter I, bring to TikTok Live, I like to align it with, functional reality, right? How does this apply to reality? Now, what I can say is that it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what your chosen avocation of life is. This principle applies across board. Whether you are a spiritualist or a herbalist or an ancientologist, an entrepreneur, an inventor, an innovator, a teacher, a parent, a student, a married man, a married woman, a single man, a single woman, whatever you are, this principle applies across boards. Whatever you are, you have a mind. Whether you're a police officer or a military, officer, whether you're a beggar, whatever you are, you have a mind. And the beautiful thing about the chamber of the mind is that it's going to be with you perpetually, all through the lifespan of your incarnate existence. So you don't have any excuse not to be in perpetual connectivity with your subconscious mind. It's not just about being connected to your subconscious mind. It's actually about gaining control over it, learning and mastering how to wield your subconscious mind as a powerful instrument. A powerful instrument. So your subconscious mind is very powerful. And one of the things you can begin to do, one of the instruments I use for perpetually tapping into the resources of my subconscious mind is what I call the vision board. Guys, I need you to know that I'm organizing a masterclass on the 4th of February. It's Destiny Manifestation Masterclass, right? I'm going to be breaking down how to tap into the resources of your subconscious mind. I'm going to take that masterclass to the next level. I'm going to show you how to be permanently equipped to be the one in control of your subconscious mind. Right? Last year I published a book titled Personal Discovery Secrets. And one of the chapters of the book is titled The Quadrilateral of Disinformation, where I talk about how that there are certain elements in this world who are, disinformationists, right? They are disinformationists. They have a disinformationist agenda. They have their job is to ensure that certain people in this world, or the vast majority of the people in this world, do not gain control of their subconscious mind, right? They do not gain control or gain access to their ancestry, right? So I call this the quadrilateral of disinformation, right? There are 4 pillars that powers the quadrilateral of disinformation. Number 1 is ignorant parenting. Number 2 is conventional schooling. Number 3 is religion. And number 4 is mainstream media, right? And the summary of that chapter is that I advise my brothers and sisters, my melanated brothers and sisters across the globe, to be daring enough to step outside of this quadrilateral, right? What each time I come in contact with any individual, most especially an impressive one, I try to ask a question. I try to ask this question: what do you know that wasn't taught to you by your parents? That wasn't taught to you by religion? That wasn't taught to you by conventional schooling? And that wasn't taught to you by mainstream media? What do you know outside of this box? Outside of this quadrilateral? Those are the things that suggest that you have proactively kickstarted your personal discovery journey. One of the proof that you have kickstarted your personal discovery journey is that you have gained control of your mind. You are in control of your mind. Not social media, not mainstream media, not religion, not conventional schooling, not any kind of deity, but you. That is how you demonstrate that you have personal power. That is how you demonstrate that you have personal power, right? So, the subconscious mind is a big subject that we have to, really discuss and demystify, which is one of the major reasons why I have decided that I'm going to have, a Destiny Manifestation Masterclass on the 4th of February. The fee is a token, $25, and, for those in diaspora, it's just $25. And for my Nigerian brothers and sisters, it's just 12,500 naira. Right? I'm going to literally equip you for life with the tool set for manifesting your best life, perpetually manifesting your best life. I accidentally kickstarted my personal discovery journey since 2004, and I've been on the personal discovery journey, purpose discovery journey, ever since. And I've stumbled on certain information, certain instruments that any individual can use to chaperone any kind of reality into material, into three-dimensional reality, into material reality, right? So, it's been 43 minutes since I've been on this live, and I have had, I've broken down a couple of things. Even though this live is going to go, I'm going to be publishing it on my YouTube channel. So, once it's published, I'll let you guys know, and, you can go and watch, some of the things I've discussed, right? So, if there's anybody who wants to come live to share their thoughts on the concept of the subconscious mind, I'm happy to have you. I'm happy to have you. If you have any question concerning the human mind, concerning, the subconscious mind, I'm happy to answer those questions as well. Does anyone want to come live? Join me live, let me know. Bantu woman, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello? Unmute yourself, Bantu woman, and go ahead and let's have you. Greetings. Grand
I'm
rising.
on low shedding. I'm on low shedding. Hey, Sean. I hope you're good. I'm on
Yes,
low
I am.
shedding, so yeah, I have network issues. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me. I was
I
just
hear you
checking out
clearly.
your live. Oh my God. So you keep on freezing, so you
Oh,
keep on
wow.
freezing.
Am I still freezing? But can you hear me though? Can you hear me clearly? Bantu woman, can you hear me clearly? So for those of you who are here, you can request to join me live. Um, you know, let's have additional input from you. What have you done with your subconscious mind? Have you even started wielding your proactively wielding your subconscious mind as a very, very important instrument for chaperoning any kind of anything into material reality, right? What have you been able to do with your mind? Your mind alone. What have you been able to accomplish? Um, what information do you have about your mind? Join me, join me, join me. I'd like to have your thoughts. I'd like to have your questions. Um, I didn't come on TikTok live to just talk to myself. Thank you for the likes, everybody. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you. So I think I've already shared, the things I wanted to share. So does anybody have any additional thoughts? Does anybody have any question? Does anybody have any? I can tell you some of the. There's no way in this life I will not keep wielding my subconscious mind as a proactive instrument for manifesting anything in three-dimensional reality. Anything. I talked about the corruption of the subconscious mind that is happening right now. The metaverse, social media, right? Web 3.0, right? When we talk about social media, we talk about multimedia, what's it called again? Then Netflix and co. Um, Apple Prime, Rock TV, DSTV. These are instruments of corruption, instruments of the corruption of the subconscious mind. They're instrument of corruption if you have not gained control over them. You are not in control over them, right? You go on social media and you're literally just a robot, social media robots, a scrolling robot. Whatever they have, put up there is what you consume. You're not proactively in control and all of that, right? Those are the things that you do to corrupt your subconscious mind and to become more and more disconnected from your subconscious mind, right? So yeah, I don't know. Is anybody coming live? If nobody is coming live, then I'm probably going to be ending this live within the next couple of seconds. So if you have any question, if you don't want to come live, you can ask it in the comment section as well. But I'll prefer you come live, and I've been here 48 minutes. I've been on this live for 48 minutes, and I've already shared some beautiful thoughts. This is question and answer, and then also you could share your testimonies. The things that you've been able to do with your mind proactively on cue. So does anybody want to join me live to ask any question about the subconscious mind? I keep sending invite, but you guys are not accepting it. It's okay. Does anybody want to join me live to just drop your gems about the subconscious mind? Anybody? For those who are going to be watching this on YouTube, if you have any question, just drop it in the comment section, and I will try my best to do justice to those questions, right? Does anybody have any question right now? If you don't have any question, I'm going to be calling it a wrap for today. I seriously wish. Okay, Zubia, thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the gifts. You say that you're unable to come live at this time. How many followers do you have, guys? Okay. It's not because you're unable. It's probably because you are in a place where you can't come live right now. So I understand. I totally understand. So yeah. Do you have any question, Zubia? Do you have any question? Shopping Princess, welcome. Do you have any question? Well, you just joined, so you probably will not have any question. But we just discussed how to master the subconscious mind, But if you have any question, let me know right now. Otherwise, I'm going to be ending this live shortly. Any question? Since I'm not getting any question, then I'm going to be ending this live right now. So I come live every Sunday by 10 a.m., GMT plus 1. So you can join me. I come with topical issues, very, very profound subject matters that literally can help tilt the pendulum of your life in a positive direction, however little, I can guarantee that. And so Sundays are dedicated to, in all things, soul mastery, mental mastery, emotional mastery, spirituality, sexuality mastery, and all, and anything in between, right? And today we talked about how to master the subconscious mind, right? And next week Sunday is going to be another day. Do have a date with me. Set your alarm, so you can join me next week Sunday. But the next time I'm going to be coming live on TikTok will be on Wednesday by 1300 GMT plus 1 p.m. GMT plus 1 p.m. Nigerian time, right? Where we discuss all things entrepreneurship, business, money making, how to improve on your income generation or revenue generation, the things you can do, the things you can apply. So I'm going to be coming up with a very, very important subject matter as well on Wednesday. So you can join me on Wednesday as well. But Sundays are strictly dedicated to all things spirituality, all things the mind, the human mind, all things sexuality, all things, the human soul and all, right? So I look forward to, hosting you again next week Sunday. So take care of yourselves, guys, and salute to you guys.